What if the real reason bones weaken after 60 isn't aging, genetics, or even lack of calcium, but something far more subtle? Eating the wrong everyday foods for decades without realizing it? According to new findings on bone metabolism and nutrient signaling, many older adults in the US don't actually have a calcium shortage. They have an activation problem, where the body fails to correctly recognize, absorb, and use the minerals you consume. If you're over 60, this might sound familiar. You take calcium, maybe vitamin D, you try to eat healthy, yet your bones still feel thinner, more fragile, and less reliable. Could it be that the foods you assumed were harmless or sabinat, or even good for you, are quietly failing to support the deeper biological systems that improve bone density and elasticity? And stay with me, because very soon you'll hear how small dietary adjustments can send dramatically different signals to your bones. Most people don't realize this, but bones aren't dry, rigid structures. They're living, dynamic tissue, constantly remodeling, constantly communicating with your hormones, your microbiome, and your mineral metabolism. Your bones are not lifeless calcium rods. They are active construction zones. And what if certain natural foods can activate that internal bone construction crew, while others essentially shut it down? In just a moment, you'll learn how the foods you choose can either stimulate or silence bone remodeling at the cellular level. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood up after sitting and felt slightly unsteady? Not dizzy, just a bit unsure? That may not be muscle weakness. It may be your bones signaling microscopic loss of density long before a scan would detect it. And if you've noticed changes in posture, hesitancy stepping down from a curb, or that quiet lack of confidence when turning quickly, you're not alone. Millions of Americans over 60 experience the same thing. But here's the hopeful part. New clinical insights suggest that the right nutrients from natural foods can help support stronger bones naturally, not over years, but often in weeks. And stay with me, because you'll soon hear how one specific eating pattern can dramatically improve bone response and mobility. In a moment, you'll learn why absorption efficiency, not just mineral intake, may be the real key to stronger bones after 60, and why many over-the-counter bone health supplements never address the root issue. And shortly, I'll reveal a bone-supporting dietary approach that may help the body retain more calcium rather than flushing it away, potentially improving stability, movement confidence, and everyday balance. And finally, imagine feeling more secure when you walk, more stable when you turn, and more confident stepping onto a staircase or uneven surface. This is not unrealistic, it's not mystical, it's biological, and it's achievable. And in just a minute, you'll learn how different foods support distinct pathways of bone health: collagen production, calcium absorption, inflammatory reduction, hormonal signaling, and internal structural reinforcement. In this video, you'll discover how specific natural foods support bone density, collagen for bones, mineral utilization, and long-term skeletal strength, and how small changes in your diet can lead to meaningful improvements in mobility and stability after 60. Now, let's begin the countdown. For many adults over 60, bone loss doesn't announce itself loudly. It creeps in quietly. The real threat isn't the dramatic fracture. It's the subtle decline happening slowly over time. Small mineral deficits, a gradual weakening of the bone matrix, and the slow loss of flexibility and strength. You might feel it as a slight hesitation stepping down a staircase or a tiny wobble when turning, nothing alarming, until suddenly, one day, it matters. And stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll explain why bone loss accelerates after 60, even for people who eat well and take supplements for bone health. New research shows that bones don't simply become thinner. They lose internal elasticity and responsiveness, becoming more fragile than most people realize. But here's what most doctors don't explain. Your bones are not doomed. They're not fixed mineral structures. Bones are living tissue, constantly remodeling, constantly listening to biochemical signals from your diet. And very soon, you'll learn how to send the right signals to support stronger bones naturally. Even if your bone density has declined, that doesn't mean you're stuck. There are real foods that unlock bone-strengthening pathways, support collagen rebuilding, help retain calcium, and foster a healthier bone environment. And the fascinating part, in a moment, you'll see how certain nutrients don't just feed bones, but help them respond more intelligently to pressure and movement, resulting in steadier steps and improved mobility after 60. Now here's where the solution becomes practical and empowering. In this video, you'll discover how to support bone health naturally through everyday foods scientifically linked to improving mineral absorption and reinforcing internal bone architecture. Even small dietary changes can help you feel more stable walking, more confident standing, and more secure on uneven ground. And stay with me, because soon you'll learn how pairing certain foods creates a synergy that amplifies nutrient effects and helps improve bone density more effectively. You don't need extreme diets, expensive supplements, or complicated protocols. What you need is clarity, an understanding of which natural compounds help bones retain calcium, how collagen scaffolding works inside the skeleton, and which nutrients can slow, or even reverse, bone decline after 60. And if you've ever felt that slight fear of losing balance, that quiet hesitation before stepping sideways or leaning forward, you're going to find reassurance here. Because real bone strength isn't just density, it's confidence, balance, and resilience. So if you've wondered whether bone loss is inevitable with age, stay with me. If you've been concerned that a fall could threaten your independence, stay with me. And if you're ready to learn what your bones actually need, you'll discover it clearly, step by step, in this video. And in just a moment, we'll begin the countdown. Now, let's move forward and start revealing these foods one by one. According to a recent analysis on bone metabolism from leading researchers at Harvard and the National Institute on Aging, the body doesn't simply rely on calcium levels. It depends on biological signaling that tells your bones what to do with that calcium. In simple terms, even if you're eating calcium-rich foods or taking supplements, your bones might not actually be absorbing or using that calcium effectively to improve bone density after 60. That's why so many older adults feel like they're doing everything right, eating well, staying active, taking vitamin D, yet still experiencing stiffness, subtle balance issues, or that quiet fragility when stepping onto a staircase. And stay with me, because in a moment, you'll hear why this gap between calcium intake and calcium absorption can intensify with age. A 2023 study on bone remodeling found that as we age, the collagen framework inside the bones, the flexible internal mesh, becomes thinner and less responsive to nutrients. In simple terms, your bones aren't just losing minerals. They're losing the collagen support structure that holds minerals in place. That's why some older adults feel steady one day and wobbly the next, or why a misstep that would have been harmless at 40 suddenly feels unstable or risky at 70. And stay with me, because very soon you'll learn how specific nutrients can help support that internal bone mesh and promote stronger bones naturally. According to Mayo Clinic researchers, bone strength is also shaped by hormonal communication between the gut, the kidneys, and the skeleton. In simple terms, what you eat doesn't just supply nutrients. It gives instructions to your bones. That's why some people experience better posture or improved stability after making certain dietary changes, because their body is improving calcium absorption and bone responsiveness. And stay with me, because in a moment, you'll see how you can help upgrade this signaling naturally through bone-supporting foods. And here's something especially important. Stanford findings show that microinflammation inside bone tissue, something you never physically feel, can silently accelerate bone aging. In simple terms, your bones may be getting weaker not because of fractures or injury, but because of slow-building internal stress over time. That's why some seniors feel more fragile during cold weather or after long periods of sitting. Their bones have become more reactive and sensitive. And stay with me, because soon you'll hear how certain nutrients may help reduce this internal stress and support healthier bone function. So what does all of this mean for you, for your independence, your confidence in walking, your balance, your everyday mobility after 60? Let's break it down in clear, practical terms. And in the next section, we'll begin the countdown. Now, let's count down from 10 to 1, and as you follow along, notice how these everyday foods influence not only bone density, but also stability, posture, foot-ground connection, and the subtle internal messages your body sends to maintain balance and mobility after 60. And stay with me, because each one supports stronger bones naturally, but through a different biological pathway. Number 10. Oranges. Oranges support collagen for bones and help maintain the internal scaffolding that gives bones elasticity and shock absorption, something that becomes incredibly important after 60. This isn't just about preventing fractures. It's about helping your bones respond fluidly to movement. Have one large orange or a glass of unsweetened fresh juice during the day. If you deal with reflux or take certain stomach medications, have it with a light meal. That often reduces irritation. And here's something many people don't realize. Vitamin C from oranges also assists in mineral communication at the bone cell level, meaning your bones become not only stronger, but also more responsive. Many adults over 60 say that after a few weeks of regular vitamin C intake, they feel more grounded when stepping forward, less hesitant on stairs, and more secure when standing from a chair. And stay with me, because next we move to a small fruit with an outsized influence on calcium absorption and real structural density. Number 9. Kiwi. Kiwi helps route minerals like calcium directly into bone tissue, supporting true calcium absorption and utilization, not just intake. When calcium is absorbed effectively, bones become denser where it matters, along the femur, pelvis, and vertebrae, the regions responsible for stability and movement strength. Have one kiwi in the morning or before bed. If you're on blood thinners, be mindful of its vitamin K content and consult your physician. For adults over 60, kiwi doesn't just feed bones. It helps instruct bones to hold on to minerals rather than losing them through inefficient routing. Many people notice improved posture alignment, better confidence on uneven surfaces, and fewer micro-hesitations when shifting weight from one leg to the other. And here's something interesting. Kiwi also supports collagen for bones indirectly by helping reduce oxidative stress inside bone tissue. And in a moment, you'll hear about a fruit that doesn't just deliver nutrients. It improves the environment where bone renewal happens, helping bones rebuild more smoothly and consistently. Number 8. Papaya. Papaya is one of the most overlooked foods when it comes to supporting bone health after 60. It provides natural antioxidants and enzymes that help reduce oxidative stress around bone cells, essentially creating a healthier internal environment in which bone remodeling can occur more effectively. This is important because bones don't just need minerals, they need a supportive cellular landscape that allows for collagen maintenance and calcium absorption. Have a few slices with yogurt or enjoy as a midday snack for consistent nutrient intake. And here's a helpful tip. Pairing papaya with a protein source or healthy fat can slow digestion and increase bioavailability of its micronutrients. If you're sensitive to latex or tropical fruits, pay attention to how your body responds. Many older adults report smoother movement and less stiffness in the hips, pelvis, and lower spine after regularly incorporating papaya. And stay with me, because papaya's benefit isn't just flexibility. It's also about supporting the internal rhythm of bone rebuilding that becomes slower with age. In a moment, we'll shift to a vegetable that doesn't just encourage bone renewal. It strengthens the structural support system inside your bones. Number 7. Red bell pepper. Red bell pepper is a powerful ally for bone integrity because of its exceptionally high vitamin C content, which is essential for collagen synthesis, the flexible protein network that gives bones elasticity and shock absorption. This means bones don't just become strong, they become resilient. Add raw slices to salads, sandwiches, or simply enjoy them as a crisp snack. Avoid pickled or heavily salted versions, as excess sodium can interfere with calcium retention and mineral balance. Red bell peppers don't just support bone scaffolding, they also help maintain connective tissue health, which influences joint mobility and posture. For adults over 60, this can translate into smoother transitions when standing, better confidence stepping off curbs, and improved balance when shifting body weight. And here's something fascinating. When combined with leafy greens, the vitamin C from bell pepper can actually help increase the absorption of plant-based iron and support bone cell metabolism. And stay with me, because up ahead, you'll hear about a leafy green that works in synergy with vitamin C and plays a key role in turning dietary calcium into real bone density that you can feel in everyday movement. Number 4. Blackberries. Blackberries help reduce inflammatory stress around bone tissue and joints, which is crucial for maintaining flexibility, mobility, and balance after 60. When inflammation in the bone matrix is reduced, your bones can remodel and retain minerals more effectively, meaning less stiffness and more freedom in movement. This natural anti-inflammatory effect creates a healthier environment inside the bone structure, helping the body sustain both bone density and joint comfort in daily life. Have a small bowl, fresh or frozen, and avoid sugar-added versions, since excess sugar can interfere with mineral absorption and collagen formation for bones. Blackberries also contain anthocyanins and polyphenols, which have been linked to improved bone cell activity and better bone microarchitecture. Many older adults report smoother, freer movement and noticeably less joint fatigue with regular intake, especially in the hips, knees, and lower back, the key regions that determine mobility and stability. And here's something interesting. Blackberries don't just help your bones, they also support the gut-bone axis, meaning they contribute to improved calcium absorption and hormonal signaling related to bone rebuilding and mineral distribution. They even support vascular function, improving blood flow to bone tissue, helping nutrients actually reach where they're needed. So stay with me, because in just a moment, we'll shift from a fruit rich in anti-inflammatory compounds to a root vegetable that actively helps your body hold on to calcium instead of flushing it away through the kidneys. Number 3. Sweet potato. Sweet potatoes support mineral balance in the body and help prevent calcium loss through urine, an overlooked yet critical factor in maintaining bone density after 60. Many older adults assume calcium loss only comes from lack of intake, but in reality, mineral wastage is just as important, and sweet potatoes help counter that. They contain potassium and magnesium, both of which help regulate mineral distribution and retention in the skeletal system, ensuring that the calcium you consume stays in your bones rather than passing out of your system. Bake or steam, avoid frying, to preserve nutrient quality and maintain their bone-supportive properties. If you're regulating blood sugar, keep portions steady and pair with fiber or protein for better glucose balance. Beyond their mineral-retaining role, sweet potatoes provide antioxidants like beta-carotene, which protect bone-forming cells from oxidative stress, allowing the body to maintain flexibility along with strength. The result is stronger bone architecture, higher calcium retention inside the bone structure, and better movement confidence, especially on stairs, slopes, and uneven surfaces where sure-footedness matters most. And stay with me, because now we enter the final 2, where you'll learn about a fruit that accelerates internal bone rebuilding cycles, followed by the most unexpected nutritional pairing of all, a synergistic combination that enhances calcium absorption and bone responsiveness in a way most people never expect. Number 2, figs. Figs provide natural calcium and boron, two of the most essential nutrients for supporting the bone remodeling and rebuilding cycle that keeps bones strong, responsive, and adaptable with age. These minerals don't just sit in your body. They actively trigger the internal bone-refreshing mechanism that becomes slower after 60. Most people think of calcium purely as a mineral, but figs help ensure that calcium actually gets used, supporting bone elasticity and functional resilience. For many adults over 60, incorporating figs regularly can subtly improve posture, spinal alignment, and that grounded sense of stability when standing or walking. Have 2 to 3 dried figs or 1 fresh fig daily. If you choose dried figs, keep portions in check since they are calorie-dense. And here's something important. Figs help support hormonal balance and collagen for bones, both of which play a vital role in maintaining flexibility in the skeletal framework. They also contribute fiber and polyphenols that support the gut-bone connection, improving digestion and mineral interaction. And stay with me, because in a moment, you'll hear how pairing certain foods can dramatically enhance calcium absorption, helping the body direct minerals into bone tissue more effectively than consuming them in isolation. Number 1. Sardines and mushrooms. This combination works on an entirely different level, by enhancing the vitamin D pathway, leading to more effective calcium absorption and increased bone density after 60. UV-exposed mushrooms naturally boost vitamin D2, while sardines provide vitamin D3, along with bioavailable calcium and omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation within bone tissue and joints. This pairing supports stronger bones naturally by helping your body capture, convert, and apply calcium where it's needed most. Include UV-exposed mushrooms a few times per week and add sardines when appropriate. Canned in water is best. Avoid heavy sodium or fried preparations, as excess salt can increase calcium loss through urine and diminish bone health gains. The result is improved skeletal responsiveness, better movement stability, and greater confidence with every step, especially when climbing stairs, walking on uneven ground, or shifting balance. And here's the fascinating part. Using this pairing consistently can create long-term improvements in bone support and mobility after 60, helping maintain independence and structural resilience. And stay with me, because you'll soon hear how integrating this combination into your weekly habits can amplify results over time. And now that you've seen how these foods support bone strength, stability, and real-world movement confidence in different ways, let's move forward, because the next step is learning how to combine, rotate, and integrate these choices into everyday meals and routines that naturally support independence, posture, balance, and mobility in daily life. Number 6. Spinach. Spinach is one of the most misunderstood foods when it comes to bone health. Many people know it contains calcium, but what matters far more is how it supports converting that calcium into actual bone mass, real structural density that you can feel in confidence when you walk, turn, or stand. Spinach also provides magnesium, which is essential for the bone remodeling process that becomes slower and less efficient as we age. This means the calcium you consume is more likely to become usable bone tissue instead of simply passing through the system. Lightly saute or blend into smoothies to keep the nutrients intact. Because spinach contains oxalates that can bind calcium, pair it with lemon juice or yogurt to support calcium absorption and mineral utilization inside bones. For adults over 60, this specifically supports the hips, lower spine, and pelvic stability, key regions for fall prevention and posture improvement. And here's something most people never hear. The nutrients in spinach don't just strengthen bones. They also support connective tissues and collagen for bones, helping maintain elasticity, flexibility, and responsiveness rather than rigidity. Many older adults notice an improvement in how secure they feel while walking after adding spinach regularly. And stay with me, because next you'll hear about another leafy green that doesn't just complement spinach. It fills in the functional gaps that spinach leaves behind. Number 5. Turnip greens. Turnip greens help direct calcium into bone tissue, instead of allowing it to accumulate in soft tissues where it doesn't belong, such as arteries or joints. This is a critical distinction when supporting bone density after 60, because many older adults unknowingly experience calcium misplacement, not calcium deficiency. Turnip greens provide vitamin K along with other cofactors that signal the body to allocate calcium to the proper structural locations: the knees, hips, and lumbar spine, areas of the skeleton that determine stability and mobility. Steam, saute, or combine with other greens like spinach or kale. If you're on blood-thinning medication, consult your healthcare provider due to vitamin K. This isn't only about density, it's about geometric positioning and how bones support alignment. People who regularly incorporate turnip greens often describe feeling more aligned, more grounded, and more confident stepping off curbs, rising from chairs, or walking on uneven ground. They also report a subtle increase in movement fluidity, that feeling of being supported from underneath rather than cautious or tentative. And stay with me, because up next we'll shift to a dark, nutrient-rich fruit that supports bone integrity in a completely different way, by calming internal inflammation and reducing silent stress inside the bone matrix that accelerates bone aging. If you've been feeling a little less steady on your feet lately, or noticing more hesitation when stepping off a curb or rising from a chair, you're not alone. Many older adults quietly experience the same gradual shift as bones, balance, and overall mobility change with time. The encouraging news is that your body still has an incredible ability to adapt and strengthen, not just in youth, but at 60, 70, 80, and well beyond. And stay with me, because something meaningful happens when people in the same stage of life openly share their experiences about bone health and stability. Tell us in the comments, how old are you, and what's your biggest health goal right now? Stronger bones, better balance, improved posture, more energy, or something else? When you share your age, your challenges, and even your small improvements, you may be offering confidence and hope to someone your age who's quietly wondering if real progress is still possible, and who may be searching for ways to improve bone density naturally and maintain stability after 60. And in just a moment, we'll take this knowledge and connect it to real-world movement confidence. Always remember, before making meaningful dietary changes or adding new foods for bone strength consistently, especially if you're managing chronic conditions or taking medication, it's wise to speak with your doctor or healthcare provider to ensure everything aligns with your personal health situation. And stay with me, because here's the uplifting truth. Your body still holds an extraordinary capacity to strengthen, adapt, and rebuild, even after years of slow bone decline or quiet uncertainty in movement. Your age does not limit your ability to improve bone health, stability, and independence. If this video supported you or offered even one helpful insight, please give it a like and consider sharing it with a friend, loved one, or someone who may be feeling unsure or discouraged about their bone density or balance. You truly never know who might find reassurance or inspiration through this message. And now, if you're ready to continue, let's keep building your strength, confidence, and everyday stability, one smart step at a time.